All right, this was this week. This was the post I sent on EURUSD on the weekend. Yeah, this post ATP. So this was one that got activated. Now let's check. Then we started this week. I didn't send this signal to the group in time, so I did not even count it as an arrow. Although if they are taking it, maybe it will be like a 1 to 3. But this is TP, by the way. But I didn't send it earlier, so I didn't count it. But some people that took it hit TP. Yeah. Then this was the TP here. This was the second trade on Monday. We entered. This hit stop loss. Yeah. That was my first stop loss of the week. Then this was the third trade. This was, I think it was like a 1 to 8 or 1 to 9. Then this hit take profits. That was like second TP of the week. So trade 1 minus 2. Okay, I did not count this first trade. I don't count this one, so let's just leave it out. Trade 1 was minus 1 arrow. Trade 2 was plus 8 arrow. Then this was the third trade of the week. This was the third trade of the week. This was, it started going 8 TP. That was a 1 to 10. Yeah, it was a 1 to 10. So 3 trades on Monday. That's how I got that 1 to 17 arrow. Yeah. Then, okay, this was everything for the day. Trade 3, that was trade 3. Then, okay, there was a trade I had break even. I sent the signal, but we were up 140 pips. But we break even, so it's, I left it alone. I didn't count it as usual. It hit break even, so it left us. Then we had this trade. Did it take profit? We'll see it. We'll check later. Then we had this. This was trade 4, I think. Then this was it. Hit TP here. Yeah. Okay, this was a 1 to 5. I closed at 1 to 5. So this was it. Yeah. Okay, this was Tuesday 1 to 5. Then trade 2 was this. That was the EURUSD that we got. That was it. I sent it on a Friday, but it got activated on a Tuesday. Then it started going. This was trade 2. That was the trade 2. Then yeah, this was EURUSD again. It started going. Okay, I think I sent Bitcoin. This Bitcoin, it wicked us out. It wicked us out. Assuming I just put my stop loss all the way down here, we wouldn't have failed that trade, but we failed it because I was trying to minimize the stop loss. So it took a loss there also. So on Tuesday, the first trade was 1 to 5. Second trade was a minus. The third trade was 1 to 9. That was the EURUSD. EURUSD was 1 to 9, 1 to 9 trade. The fourth trade was a minus. The fifth trade was a minus. So on Tuesday, we got 14 arrow. Then this BTCUSD. Yeah, I think this is take profit. I sent this Tuesday night, I think. Yeah, Tuesday night. Then this was early morning of EURUSD with TP there. Okay, my note trade today. This was 13. I didn't send this to the group, so I didn't send it to them. Now this was the BTC that got activated here. This is where we took the loss from before. Here, can you remember? Here, yeah. Since we took a loss, I knew that we were going to buy this market, so I just had to send the boys another trade because you cannot go without eating, Then we had this is TP. That hit TP. I think this trade was 1 to 7 or 1 to 8. I think 1 to 7. Then we had this gold trade. Then that day again. I think the next day. Okay, that day in the evening, we had this gold trade. Okay, this were other pairs I traded, but I didn't send here, so I just left it out. So I was with my boys in mentorship. We had the live class, so I think we knew what was happening with Euro, and we just took advantage of it in all the pairs that we traded for Euro that day. They already hit EURUSD take profit, so they didn't take that trade on EURUSD again. On Wednesday, we did plus 8 arrow. Then on Thursday, this guy started gold. Gold started, they hit our point, and boom, went off. Gold reacted from it was an order block That's where that green line came about. There's another block there, so I knew that okay, we might react from this other block. So it was not safe to hold the buys because the general view of gold is still bullish. So, but I knew that it's not safe to hold our buys. Yeah, I didn't want to break even. No, I wanted to close because it was a 127. That was more than enough. Then on Thursday we had 1.7. On Friday, I didn't send any trade here. Although I had a couple scalps on Friday on gold, but I didn't send it at all because I wasn't supposed to send it. I just told them that on Friday I won't trade on Friday. Yeah, but it was a 1 to 40. Week ended in deep profits, and that's how we go about it. So next week should be another great week. Next week will be great, I'm sure. We did 1 to 40 this week. I won't promise you 1 to 40 every week. I won't promise you 1 to 40. There are some weeks we close 1 to 10. Some weeks, I think the lowest we have closed in a week. That was a very bad week for us. I think we closed at 1 to 4 that week. Yeah, that was a bad week for us, 1 to 4. But some good weeks, 10, 20. But this 1 to 40, this was actually a very great week for us. Yeah, even though a lot of people complain about gold and other platforms, but yeah, we have direction, so we know what we're doing.